Alright, hey guys, I'm Tasmia Zaman, and I was given PSL1, or I chose PSL1C, which states effective educational leaders develop, advocate, enact a shared mission, vision, and core values of high quality education and academic success and well being of each student. It also states that it articulates, advocates, and cultivates core values that define the school's culture and stress the imperative of child-centered education, high expectation and support student support, equity, inclusiveness, social justice, openness, caring, and trust, continuous improvement. So with that in mind, I went ahead and researched on this article called Learning from Instructional Rounds by Elizabeth A. City, 2009. So basically, the article starts off with how doctors go on rounds. Okay, so we all know that when you go into a clinic or a hospital, the nurse, calls for you, and then they check your blood pressure or your weight or your height and all of that, and then you go into a room. Once you're in a room, the general doctor comes and checks you. Depending on how bad your medical condition is, you might have to do a surgery. So then they have an anesthesiologist that comes in, a nutritionist, a cardiologist if you're having heart problems, a neurologist if you're having issues with your brain or whatever. So anything, there's doctors coming in and out of that room a lot of times during that time. So now Elizabeth A. City calls on the idea of instructional rounds. Okay, so can teachers also do this? Can teachers go into a classroom and observe and take notes and kind of get the idea of how this teacher is doing and what are the students learning and what are the students doing? So instructional rounds is the idea of, and I'm going to just go ahead and read this quote. So instructional rounds are a disciplined way for educators to work together to improve instructions. The practice combines three common elements of improvement. So number one would be classroom observations, an improvement of strategies, and a network of educators. So how and what, why do them? So why do instructional rounds? So first thing, because you're learning from each other and everybody has something to give. And I believe that everyone has something to give. Like that person can show me how to be a better have a better classroom management. Someone else can show me math strategies that I can use in my own classroom. So someone has something to give. But how do you go on about this, and how do you implement this into your classroom? So first thing, you're gonna go as a group. It might not be like that. That's how the article states. Go as a group, observe, and then come out, debrief, and then kind of learn strategies that you can implement or how to improve that, the teaching within that classroom. So that's something that they talked about in that article. So my question here is, if an effective principal are those who recognizes the value of collaborative participation in the learning community as a way to build trust and collective responsibility and to further the goal of improved student learning, how would you go about introducing this idea of rounds to your teachers, implement this into your schedule, and how will you document the data that comes out of the teacher-to-teacher observation? So best of luck, have fun with it, and let me know what your ideas are. Bye.